Welcome. Let's jump right into this nice juicy flow to open up those hips. We're going to start with opening up into five-pointed star with the legs wide, wrists over the ankles, and then we're going to bend those knees coming into goddess. Hands on the thighs. We're going to dip the shoulders to one side and then open and stretch over to the other side. Going with just one breath per movement here. Inhale, opening the arms, rotating, bending into the left knee for warrior two. Take one breath and then straighten through the left knee, reach the hips back, extending the left arm and reaching up into triangle here. Nice length through the side body. Inhale up, rotate the feet parallel with each other, nice wide-legged forward fold, bending from the hips. Take a breath and inhale, twist the right arm up, exhale, hands down, inhale, twist the left arm up, exhale, back to center. And then we're going to carefully bring the feet closer together for twist squats, where I like to sit low, bring the right knee forward first, twist the left arm back, and then rotate. Left knee forward, right arm reaches back, and keep rotating side to side, getting a nice opening through the hips and the upper body. Stay nice and low on these. Rolling side to side, using the hands for support. Staying a little bit higher if you're feeling tight in those hips. Good, settle back into center. We're going to roll on up, spread the feet wide, coming back into goddess. And we're going to go bringing the hands to the hips again. We're going to dip side to side, doing a couple extra rounds this time. So really stretch through the shoulders, gently press the opposite hand against the thigh to open up through the hips. Work it, work it. This is it looks a little silly, but it feels really good. Opening up into the right side, so bending through the right knee, warrior two. Stay here for a breath and straighten the right leg, lengthening over and coming into triangle. Again, stay for one breath, just flowing quickly for this first time through, and then we're going to hold. Bending forward, we're going to come into wide-legged forward fold, reaching over to the right side, and then take a breath and switch over to the left side, drawing the chest towards the thigh. Come back towards center, and we're going to bend through the left knee, reaching it forward for Cossack squats, using the hands for support, side to side. Take a breath to sink down on the exhales. Inhale, switch. Stretching through the hips and inner thighs here. And switch. Almost done with these. We're going to add one more. Nice job, you guys. Coming up. Nice wide-legged forward fold. We're going to start back over. Now we're going to hold the positions for a bit longer, for a few breaths to deepen into the stretch. Now that we've kind of warmed the body up, we're going to sink into goddess, bringing the right arm underneath the left. You can start with just hugging the hands to the shoulders, or if you're able to bring the backs of the hands together, do so. Just to get a deeper stretch, pulling the hands away from the face, elbows away from the shoulders to stretch through the upper back. Reaching the hands up towards the sky and slightly away from you. And straightening the legs, opening the arms, coming into warrior two on the left side. Good, holding here, bending through your left knee. We're going to gently release the arms, roll the shoulders back, release any tension in those shoulders, and then gently lifting the hands up, lifting from the fingertips, trying to keep the shoulders pulled down the back. Keep bending through that left knee, deepening this stretch as you start to open up through the hips, maybe even widening your stance a little bit to sink a little bit deeper. Beautiful job here. And then straightening through your left leg. You're going to slightly bring in the back leg and then lengthen the torso over the front leg to bring the hand down toward the ground or the shin if you need a little bit of support. Can't go quite so high. The top arm option here, you're welcome to open up through the shoulder a bit more too by bringing the hand around towards the low back. Maybe even walking it, tucking it around to your hip crease. Gets a nice shoulder opening, helps to lengthen through the torso. Pick a gaze that helps relax your neck. You don't have to look up. If that doesn't feel good, you can look forward or down. Gently release the arm, straighten through the legs. Nice wide-legged forward fold. We're going to bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers so have a nice strong clasp. Just stretch through the shoulders as well as you hinge from the hips. Opening up through the backs of the legs and the shoulders here. Anytime we come into a forward fold, really important to work on engaging the back of the body. Engage those glutes as you bend from the hips. This helps protect your low back and also anchors where the hamstrings insert into the hips. Nice release, coming back up, draw the feet together. We're going to come into Malasana or yogi squat. So get comfy. If you're not on the sand like we are, you can feel free to roll up the mat or bring a block underneath the heels if they're really feeling unsteady and lifted high off the ground. Ultimately, it's a matter of stretching through the Achilles tendon to help increase ankle mobility. But if you can't squat all the way down, you can give yourself a little bit of a lift so that you're not feeling unsteady. So sinking down, elbows inside the knees for gentle pressure if you're having your hands in prayer position. Or if you're feeling a little bit unsteady, if you feel like you're going to topple forward, you can do what I do in a little bit and just reach the hands forward to balance yourself, even holding on to something if you need a little bit of support or bringing your back against the wall. Good, and release, coming up. We're going to extend the legs again, coming into goddess on the other side. So give those hips a little shake, get nice and loose in the hips. Arms out into a T for 5-pointed star, and then bring the left arm underneath the right. So just making sure you do the opposite arms for eagle arms. Showing you here how to wrap and just hug the shoulders if you're not able to bring the hands together. So just giving yourself a nice big hug is a great way to open up the upper back as well. If you're able to take eagle arms like we are, do so and reach those elbows away and slightly up towards the sky. Nice. Release those legs, release those arms, coming into warrior two on the right side. So bending through the right knee here, lengthening, arms reach out in the T. Remember, you can do the arm release if you need to help relax those shoulders down the back. So let the arms release and then roll the shoulders and then re-extend the arms. Really work on engaging the glutes here to help wrap open the thighs. So anchoring with strong glutes to help open up the hips. Transitioning into triangle, so straightening through the front legs, shortening your stance a little bit if that helps steady you. Lengthening through the torso and bringing the right arm down towards the ground or shin. Option here to do a half bind with the left arm. Stretching more through the shoulder. Wrapping the left arm around to the low back. Maybe even to the hip crease. Feeling a nice opening through the chest. And open, release the arm, come back up to standing. And we're going to interlace the opposite way, the awkward way. So opposite thumb on top, and then we're going to hinge from the hips, folding over. Again, engage those glutes as we fold forward. This helps protect the hamstrings from overstretching, helps protect your low back. Nice, let the palms just fall over your head. Don't force it. Let time and gravity gradually open up those shoulders a bit more. Take another couple breaths here, and then bring the palms to the low back. Carefully come up to standing, release the grip. And we're going to transition here into downward facing dog to set up for pigeon. So just one last couple of long stretches here. We're going to hold pigeon for about a minute each side. So set up in downward facing dog, lift the right knee high, leg high, excuse me. Draw the right knee behind your right wrist. And then your right ankle can come up as close to the left wrist as you want. If you're feeling tighter in the hips like I was, you can keep that right knee a bit bent and keep the right foot closer into the left hip. Extending the left leg behind you. You can start up on the elbows to let the hips start to settle and feel secure and safe to release. Once you feel a bit more open, you can start to lower the head down to the forearms. Or if it's not too sandy where you are, you can extend the arms all the way out and bring your face onto the mat or resting your forehead on a block. You want to make sure you're comfy here. So take any steps that would help you feel really safe and settled. Taking big, deep breaths. If this feels too much for you, option here to come on your back and do a supported pigeon or figure 4. And take your time, gently releasing, inhaling up. We're going to come back into downward facing dog, so step back. You can kind of shift through the hips, feel the difference from the right side to the left, and then inhale the left leg high, bringing the left knee behind the left wrist. You can scooch that left foot forward towards the right wrist if it feels comfy. Some people can get their shin parallel with the front end of their mat. Right leg goes straight behind you, and then settle down once you feel comfy. We're going to come onto the elbows first, and once you feel ready, you can maybe extend the forehead to the forearms, or if you have a block, or reaching the forehead all the way onto the mat. Notice here, you might feel a big difference from one side than the other. All of us have one side that's stronger or more dominant than the other, and we'll usually feel more tightness on that side. So we're just noticing without judgment if you feel a difference. Continue to take some more deep breaths. We're almost finished. People either love or hate pigeon because it can get pretty intense. If it's intense, just keep breathing through it and release. Amazing job, you guys. Thanks for staying with me on this flow, for opening up those hips. Have fun, have a great day, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.